And this would be the first topless dispensary if everything goes through. But aside from strip clubs, are there any other businesses that have this nude component to them?
Yeah, I mean, outside of the industry, in Florida and New York City, there's a strip club steakhouse. In Washington State, there's a chain of coffee shops. For whatever reason, the baristas wear bikinis. So, there has been, throughout history, there's this, that people have these ideas, like how do you differentiate yourself in the marketplace? And, sex sells, and some people go that route. A lot of these businesses don't stay in business. I think there was like a topless barber in Australia for a year or two, which
that could get messy.
Yeah, right. But the point is, what I find interesting is while the idea could be perceived as immature and lowbrow, it is a sign that the industry itself is maturing. That it's not enough just to open a dispensary. You need some kind of gimmick, you need some kind of shtick, or you need a really strong brand. So that, to me, that's how I interpret this. It's a funny thing that's happening, but it is a sign that the industry is growing and you need something more to succeed.
And can you give us a sense of the two entrepreneurs behind the gimmick? Mm-hmm. They're two Boston entrepreneurs, I think, in the real estate industry. Right. Tell us about them.
Yeah, so one is Julius Sokol. He's, has opened a couple of dive bars and sold a couple of dive bars in Boston. Now he's kind of in restaurants. And the other partner is Nicholas Spagnola. He's also in real estate, and they've come together on one dispensary that they're trying to open in East Boston. They have the license, and they're currently building it out now. And then Julius owns, with a couple other people, another dispensary in the Boston area.
And neither of those dispensaries are topless? This would be the only one?
Fully clothed. Yeah, this would be the other one. And, I'd be remiss not to mention probably the closest example in the industry to this concept is there's a dispensary in Lodi, New Jersey. And so anybody who has watched The Sopranos and knows of Bada Bing, the location of Bada Bing is actually the strip club called Satin Dolls. There's a dispensary that opened right next to it. So that's like literally as close as you can get at this point.
Okay, so now these guys are just marrying the two together.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is next for this topless dispensary?
So now, they have a signed agreement with somebody who got a cannabis license in that town but never opened their business. So they now have to go through like the bureaucracy and the red tape. They basically need to see if the state will allow them to take that license and put it at the address of the strip club. And if that's okay, then they have to go through the siting and zoning to see if everything is okay, and then slowly build out from there. So they told me if all goes well, they see like before the end of this year, the top of 2024, they'll hopefully be open.
That's quick. And are they confident that everything is legal and they will get through?
Yeah, I mean, the Julius told me, running, multiple nightlife businesses, permitting and all this stuff is never, a straight line. And he'd never say it's easy. And he said adding the nudity component makes it slightly more complicated. But again, the venue has a license for all this stuff. They also have a liquor license. So they're kind of pitching it to the town as like, this is better than a strip club with alcohol. This is a dispensary with no alcohol. People aren't staying. It's, a shop. You go in and you come out. So they're pitching it as like, this is an improvement of the current use case of this particular business. So we'll see if the community buys into that narrative, and we'll also see if the state cannabis regulators go ahead with it.
And what about other businesses in the community? What's their reaction to a dispensary opening up?
Yeah, so I called a diner, which is like 2 minutes up the street, a 24-hour diner. And, as soon as I asked the question, they started hysterically laughing and like, yes, we know of the Waitley Ballet's idea to turn into a topless dispensary. And they said, look, that place has been closed for years at this point. So any kind of life there would be good. And, kind of half joking, but not really. They said that we would assume a weed dispensary would give us more business, more hungry customers.
That sounds like a 24/7 diner's dream,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Will Yakowicz, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brittany.